Yo, what up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Failure Made Monsters. I am Santino, the misfit with X's for eyes, Campanelli, and this is
Dayton the Great, but you can call me the Great for short. No, there's so many cameras. I don't know which one to look at. The Great for short, though.
So I just wanted to leave this up there real quick so you could see that this seat will soon be occupied by our new guest.
Yeah,
because
our first
we
in person
are doing an in-person fucking show for the first time.
And I think that those chimes actually means, do we have a visitor?
I think we just might.
Do we have a fucking visitor?
I think we just might.
I'm excited.
Me
I'm
too.
excited.
It's nice. It's
so many
nice.
stories to tell
We're gonna
about
have people
this,
here
this
in the
guest.
fleshy flesh, in the bitty bits,
Dude,
doing the thingy thing.
Great.
It's gonna be good. But until then, you're stuck with just us. So,
I mean,
there's that.
You know, that's not
So how's
too
it going,
bad.
chat? Hope you guys are doing
It's
well.
not too bad to be stuck with just us. The amount of girth in this room right
A
now,
fair
just,
amount.
just us,
A fair amount
is
of girth.
pretty impressive. So
Yeah.
I hear
I hear a lot of talking
rumblings.
outside the door during the broadcast.
I hear rumblings.
Fuck me, man. What kind of show are we running
I
here?
love it. I love
A
it.
trash one. Trash show. We're on.
Take your
We're
time.
on.
Take your
Guys,
time. We're
we're
live.
live.
We're
Just
just
so you
live.
know. Yeah. Hi.
Getting live in here?
Yeah, we're getting live in here.
We have
Hi.
a visitor.
Shall I give you a bit of an entrance? Or,
Yeah, you're good. We're literally. So
Yeah.
when you're ready, you can.
Ready?
Yeah, you
I can have a little tea.
you
Okay.
do that.
A little tinkle.
Sounds
That's
good.
great. I love it. That's
Yeah.
that's
the way we're doing it now.
Everybody can hear that and see that. Yes.
Oh my god. So she's gonna have a tinkle,
She's
and then
taking a
she's gonna
tinkle.
come sit down, and yeah.
We're
So
gonna do the damn thing.
we're gonna do the damn thing.
See, here's the thing about being live, people. Whatever happens, just fucking happens.
It does.
And I'm built for it. I don't have any problems with it. I will pull my dick out. Nah, you know, look.
You listen, hold it real quick.
we'll
Hold
spit
on,
it
hold on.
first.
I need you to. We're gonna clip that, and I'm gonna send it to Poveromo because we were literally talking about how this show. It's just we have our dicks out the entire
we just have
time,
our dicks out.
and I called it "Failure Made One-Eyed Monsters."
Because
This
you
was this
fucking-
morning.
Because you fucking would call
Yeah.
it that.
So apparently, all this show is it's just about dicks,
Can
lots
I-
of dick
Can I
stuff.
also just say
You
that
can't. Absolutely
I
not.
talked to your wife briefly on Sunday. I missed you, bud.
Missed
I
you too,
did.
man.
I was like, well, and then I was hungover for because my hangovers they're not hangover. It's like a mental reset, and then you
Yeah,
about
Dane.
2 days of that.
Dane dies
Yeah,
briefly.
yes, I do.
Yeah.
And
Dane
so,
briefly
like,
dies.
I wanted to hit you up the other day, I think it was Monday. What's today? Wednesday. Monday or Tuesday, and I was like, nah, mentally I'm not there yet, but I miss him. I do.
Miss you
I
too,
do.
buddy. Miss you too, man.
And for anybody watching, and also, guess what?
What?
My birthday's in like 3 fucking weeks.
I know.
Oh my god!
I know.
My birthday's in 3 fucking weeks. You want to
coming
talk about
up.
getting fucked up, people? You want to talk about getting fucked
Oh,
up?
boy.
None of that fucking I'm crapping out at 2 a.m. shit, going back to the fucking going home and going to that's not
He's talking about me.
that's
And
not
he-
in the cards.
And
bud.
apparently, in the years
I'm
I've
gonna
known
need-
him, he
I'm gonna
thinks
need
that's
you-
gonna work.
I'm gonna need you to
That's
pack a
not.
toothbrush.
Oh,
Bring a change. Yeah, bud.
Where we
Yeah, bring some sunglasses. It's gonna get real in this bitch.
Fuck me. Hello, puppet.
Hello, Puppet.
Thank you.
All right.
All right.
Well, we're gonna throw to it real quick,
Yes.
ladies and gentlemen. Before we get into it, it is time to.
Cue the music.
Just right.
Hi, we
Oh.
got Miss Emma here. Hi, Miss Emma.
We are
Hi.
here.
How are you?
I'm so sorry I'm late. I was really busy in the kitchen winning this wet t-shirt contest.
Well, you
Nice.
That's the way to do it.
Nice.
As a tri-state wet t-shirt contest winner, I can tell you the easiest way to win a wet t-shirt contest is to make sure you do it before anyone else knows they're competing.
and also just make sure there's nipples involved, right? I would
There's
imagine.
nipples involved. It was
nipples
okay to the little towel. No,
Oh,
I had
that
a
literally happened
check
just
shot
now.
Oh, just now?
from Christie's soap. Yeah, it's just all over my chest.
Oh.
Yeah, right.
That's
Great
not
way to
good.
start
Sorry
the
about that.
podcast with a good
I-
shot.
I blame my wife.
The most perfect assistant
Better than an eye shot, I'll tell you.
ever.
This is definitely Okay, thank you.
Thank you, love, and thank you
Flourish.
for your.
This is definitely the way I
wonderful home.
expected the first in-person
Oh, yeah.
guest to go.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, by the way.
Hey,
This is
Miss
1,000. This is
Emma.
spot on.
Hello.
Yeah, it's good.
Oh
I'm
my
here
goodness.
for it.
And this is my big Twitch debut. I mean,
Oh, there you go.
I've done a lot of twitching in my life, but
That a girl.
never
Think you can
online.
adjust her framing?
Yep.
Let's just do it. Fuck it, guys. We're live and we're
We're
testing. This is
adjusting.
all brand new setup. So let's raise that there because if I walk over there, I'll end up knocking that shit over. You should see this room. It's just
Excellent.
cables and cameras and lights everywhere.
I know. I like a little
What's up?
baby traps.
Yeah. So twisting. Yeah. Just so we're not cutting off the top of her head. That's illegal in certain states.
Mm.
There you go. Bam. Spot
I
on.
recognize my girlie from the back of her head.
Yeah. All right.
So,
Hi.
Emma,
Hello.
so let's do the proper introduction.
Proper
You are a singer, songwriter, dirty songwriter specifically.
Hello.
Em-
Of the dirty
Femme-Cee.
songs. I do write some very sweet songs, but nobody ever hears them.
Oh,
You're in good company.
I've got a country album, like almost.
Oh, wow,
finished.
shit.
Yeah.
really?
I stash all my sentimental jams over in the the acoustic department.
That's the way to do it.
I think so.
You know,
I
you
think
gotta
so.
let the voice and the words do more of the heavy lifting than the rest of the instrumentation in production.
Indeed,
Yeah.
indeed. And
Strip
at
it
some
down.
point, I would like to get into ghostwriting a little bit, since I am, moving on in my years.
That's the way to do it, man.
I'm not entirely sure any
Those-
labels would be
Those
interested at
royalty
this point.
checks, though.
You're that's
Those
not. It doesn't work like that.
royalty
Now it's just
I mean, one of my biggest songs I ever produced had 3 third-party licensing, the most royalties I've ever gotten in my life. I actually just got my biggest royalties check just this year. But
congratulations.
prior to that, the $98 here and there.
BMI just sent me a check for
Yeah.
$2.60, and I'm
But
pretty
at least
sure
you're-
I'm
pretty sure it's what I used.
35 cents. Yeah.
I used it. This entire setup was built with that budget. So
Boom.
enjoy.
Indeed.
You're
Mama
welcome.
needs a new pair of socks.
Yeah,
A new stamp.
maybe just one sock.
I can actually with that check, I believe I can get the logo of a Nike swoosh cut off of an old sock,
Oh,
Nice.
yeah, more like a
Yeah,
swish.
and then I glue it onto my cheaper sock.
Just
Just it's just
It's an ish. It's just an ish.
the knockoff just says just sock.
Yes,
That's
indeed.
what it is.
I once claimed that I was going to send the CEO of Spotify my new sock so that he could live stream into it.
not nice.
That's amazing.
There's a joke there. You know?
I'm pretty sure that was
one of your.
that
Yeah,
was
I
the
know. But
joke.
that was like.
Oh,
right
is
up
that
your-
what? Am
right up
I
your alley. You
freezing
can
out your
buy that
material?
shit.
no. I mean that was the joke.
That was the joke.
That was
All
the
right.
joke.
a
It
good-
was flat out already laid bare for the world to hear and for him to
Late.
You know.
enjoy.
There it
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
There's the teeners.
Laid bare. That had to happen.
So,
yeah.
where did we meet you?
Yes.
Let's start there. So, for anybody that doesn't know, Tarantina is a thing.
Is indeed.
I will not go into all kinds of detail because she can describe it better than I can, but
Mm.
they invited me and mine to a show, and they're like, "No, it's gonna be this. It's kind of like a burlesque thing. You like Pulp Fiction? I'm like, yeah, fucking love Quentin Tarantino. What the fuck? I know everything." And like, we end up. Is it ever a strip club? I don't. It feels like at
That
some point
venue.
that venue. is-
Bahia is an old disco.
Okay.
So it's a Latin disco. And the reason we
Right
chose
there.
it,
yeah, you
I
did.
called
because
that.
they pretty much just let us do whatever we
Just
want.
just
And-
look at the
Nice.
beer that they serve, and it's like, oh, this is
Yeah.
that spelled it out for me
Yeah, it's the
immediately.
Latin
Super
disco.
topic going on
And
this
the
day.
East, in that way was, that has been part of the neighborhood for a very long time. We started out at a club downtown, which will not be mentioned.
Got it.
And what we find in the city of Los Angeles is that there's a lot of places that do a lot of corporate events.
Yeah.
And so they're expecting corporate cash for live entertainment,
gotcha,
which, as
gotcha.
we all know, is just not the case.
Nope.
And sometimes, even just the bar guarantees that are expected of you in live entertainment.
Yeah.
are just outrageous.
Yes.
But I didn't drive all the way downtown to talk about the decline in slow and steady live entertainment.
Didn't you though?
Gasping out his last breath.
Think you're in the right place. You're talking to the right people about it. So,
Let's talk about the rent next, right?
Right?
Fuck yeah.
But we moved over to Bahia because they just love us and they let us do as we will, which we prefer. And they've got that great dance floor. So Tosca, among other performers, can do their big acts out on the dance floor. And then we use that little bitty stage for a few of the acts as well. And I just get to saunter around as I do and vibe with my people.
Yes.
I got the jostling of the balls, you know.
Not a gentle tickle, a firm tickle, but it's still a tickle.
Yeah. Gotta keep those pickles tickled, you know.
Indeed.
Those tingles tangled. And so I put together the show. Tosca is the creator, the creatrix of the show. She is a consummate producer.
For those who don't know the theme of the show.
So Tarantina obviously is all of the femme fatale characters from Tarantino films, of which there are many, because as we know, he wrote women like no one was writing women at the time. And there's a bit of an elephant in the room in regards to that and what some of those women had to do. We address that in the show. But like I like to say, it's complicated.
Rest assured, there were feet shots.
There were feet shots. Yeah. Well, we won't delve too far into that. Being that the man himself did come to the show. And as I like to tell people, he's a big fan of mine. It's a great tagline.
Yes.
But I definitely do have my picture of me and the man himself.
Can I ask what he... Like, I mean, I don't need to know everything, but what did he say? Like, did he say, "This is amazing"? Oh my fucking!
He was an incredibly generous audience member. He took time after the show to speak with each one of the girls individually, remarking on their incredible performances. We were, of course, just all like gaga the whole time. And I did kind of work into my initial speech in the beginning. I said, you know, as you may or may not have noticed, like there is a very special audience member here tonight. And I just want to remind everyone that he is here to see me, not take a selfie with you. I was like, don't do it. Just don't do it. Do not embarrass Miss Emma by going up. I was like,
politely fuck off.
Gaze at him from across the room. Pat your lashes lovingly or your asses lovingly. Absolutely. As we do.
Dean bat his ass at the show, which was great.
I mean, I wouldn't say I batted it.
Showed your whole ass. Showed your whole ass.
On my sub. Yeah.
That's a first for me. Never
Valentine.
I can say I've never experienced anything like that in my life. Like so, and I've experienced a lot. If you watch the show, I've done some shit, but that was new. So thank you for that.
Good times. Good times.
I'm so
and that was absolutely like an impromptu bit as well.
Really?
That mask and that bit is for the GIMP act.
Yeah.
As you can imagine, we do a reimagined GIMP act with two incredible women. They kind of switch back and forth a little bit, but we bring out the GIMP in a whole reimagined way. And one of the girls that night was out with COVID. And so we didn't have that act, but we love the look of Henry, our little stage panther. So I decided during the intermission to lead him around and sort of razz the crowd a little bit as if he was my Valentine. My sweet Valentine. In his big dog mask, you know, with chains. Like I'm like, you know, he's on a leash. And then I had some very fortunate audience members, of which you were the one. Come up and sit on my Valentine. Tell me stories of their terrible Valentine's Day experiences.
Like, so the show's kind of going on, and at one point you're like, who's had a bad experience of Valentine's Day or whatever? And I'm like, fuck yeah. And I'm just thinking, that's it. Like, I'm just gonna say that.
That's the end of my interview.
You know, like, oh yeah, lots of people do it. She's like, what?
Yeah.
Get up here. And I'm like, okay.
You were the most fervent response.
That's not surprising at all.
I have a bit of a penchant for fervor.
It was a lot. I won't lie to you. And then, well, the other thing was you did make me sit on the GIMP, and I'm thinking to myself, she don't want me to actually sit on this person, human being.
He was on all fours.
Yeah, like she
Human
actually,
being, sir. You mean fleshy bench?
I posted
Yeah.
a clip of the video that Teeners took while we were there of this whole interaction. So, and I posted it to my IG.
Why should Sacha Baron Cohen have all of the fun?
Yeah, I was, and then I felt bad for and I'm not. Look. I understand BDSM is a thing, and I understand it's like consent and all that shit. But I'm seriously like, I'm sitting on him, and I'm like, dude, I feel bad for you. Are you okay? Like, you want to snap?
So sentimental.
Right? And then I'm like, fuck it, let's tell the story.
I feel like I missed something. Sacha Baron Cohen.
In one of his films, in what's the one like How Much for Your Wife?
Borat.
Borat. He has all these celebrities come over and sit on this.
Oh, that's right. I was like, he was in the crowd that night.
He had them talking about like human rights and craziness while sitting on the side.
Yeah.
It's a really interesting.
He's amazing too.
Might be having a mic problem from me again.
He's
Really?
incredible.
Audio issues?
Far too quiet.
We don't like that.
Again?
Apologies. Yeah, I'm loud as fuck. So if it's not coming through loud as fuck, it should be. We're just gonna figure it the fuck out.
Technical difficulties.
And while he's face deep in my camera,
am I eating the mic?
I will say, okay, so for anybody that hasn't seen it and wants to know what the fuck we're talking about, so the idea was, what's a bad Valentine's Day thing, and I did get some comments because the only part of the clip that I put up was, oh yeah, that's when. A couple of weeks later, this guy calls me and he's like, you're the one that was fucking my wife. In my defense, I hope that everybody can hear this properly. In my defense, I didn't know that she was married. And I didn't include that in the thing. She didn't make that knowledge apparent to me. So
I think judging by everyone's reaction to the story in the room and mine and yours, that could be
it just got better.
But it's good.
Thanks
for for all of the extras.
Yeah, I mean, and yeah, like hopefully, I was hoping that was being translated. That it was like, I told the whole story, so I was like, it doesn't sound as bad as that. But then, like going back, I was like, oh shit.
Oh no! I'm
out here just committing adultery.
Judging by the reaction, it was clear that you didn't know, and now you know.
I did want to say,
everyone knows.
now that I have you here, I did want to say one of the things was, as soon as I watched how adept you were at one kind of keeping everything on track and handling a room full of people that are half drunk and all this kind of your whole character. I was like, okay, she would be good for the show. We have to go about getting her on there so she could talk more about this. The one thing I did want to ask you is, I mean, I know I'm assuming that the show's been going for kind of a while because it seems pretty second nature to you at this point. How long has it been going on? And
they have the new one too, which we need to talk about.
Wait, oh yeah. Oh, and I didn't realize there was a new one. So yes, how long has it been going? And how was it when you first started?
So Tosca and I have known each other for a great many years at this point. I have been emceeing cabaret, burlesque, and circus shows in the Bay Area, Los Angeles, and domestically for 15 years now.
Yes.
So
that's called dedication. Some might call it consistency.
That's right. And Tosca and I introduced her a number of years ago at Lightning in a Bottle. We used to do a stage called Amore's Casino and Burlesque in the middle of LIB. It's a late night stage. And I have if you would agree, a fairly different MC style than a lot of cabaret and burlesque MCs out there.
Yeah.
I like to have the audience come to me rather than
going to them and
I want people leaning in when I make my little my little meows.
Yeah.
So
meows.
She had noted that years ago. I hired her for a bachelor party I did out in Palm Springs.
Nice.
Once upon a time, and it was a wild road trip with a number of incredibly just exquisite performers.
Similar to the music video you just did.
Near forgotten by all in attendance. It was quite. We stayed all night. Oh yeah, it was the times we had. And so in that like weekend adventure, she and I really like solidified our love eternal. And she had already been conceiving of this show, and it's a brilliant creation. And she invited me to come down and do it. I was at the time living in the Bay Area.
Yay area.
That's right. Which I have also been watching gasp out its last breaths, like what's happened in that town in the last 10 years, let alone the last 5.
It's like New York
Noticed.
too. Yeah.
Really hard to watch.
Yeah.
Especially as a jazz musician.
And every small venue just immediately swallowed by rent.
Yeah.
And also, it's funny, when the tech boom first happened, I was like, yes.
I know.
Get the fuck out of here with your $10 parties. Move to Oakland, bitches.
Yeah.
Like, make some money. I'm from New York. It's
Yeah.
like I just the opportunity to take the caliber of shows. I assumed that like in the first tech boom, the jazz scene would thrive. There would be swing dancing coming back. The strip clubs would be packed. Everything would be happening. And these kids showed up. I mean, first we had a huge housing crisis, which the city has no one to blame but themselves. The chain of events. We won't waste a lot of airtime talking about that. But when they came, a lot of these younger kids, they don't go out and spend money.
Right.
They are, I'm pretty sure, watching porn. I'm not positive.
Yeah.
But that's my assumption.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what they're doing with their time, but even the restaurants before COVID were having a hard time with turnover because all these new hot spots opened up and there was just nothing there. So 5 years in, we were like, where are these money?
Where'd everything go?
And it just never was enough to keep everything floating.
Most people don't actually even fucking live in these areas. They just
or they're like living there and they're being bussed down to the campuses on I call it the peninsula.
Nice.
And they just, it just wasn't there. And then people, as you know, left California in droves.
Hard migration.
Like I lost my place right in the beginning of lockdown. I had a rent controlled apartment for 15 years. And as any artist knows, usually the key to success as an artist
is rent control.
Yep.
Especially in LA, New York.
I had a great spot that I paid almost no money for. It was like unheard of. I mean, people laughed in the beginning and then they cried.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
We won't talk about that.
Yep.
And then the landlord saw his chance when the courts were closed, and I got, I could have squatted. I could have done a bunch of things.
Especially in Cali.
But it was time to go. I'd outgrown the apartment anyway. I knew California was going to have to kick me out. I didn't want to go kicking and screaming. And so I also thought at the time that I had a place to move into in Reno, but trying to get a moving truck even in June of early
2020.
Fuck yeah.
2 weeks, like 90 miles. Like I got lucky. And it was just a solid and U-Haul couldn't even keep inventory on the West Coast.
And I'll say just for point of fact, I will never fucking ever again move my own shit. I will not fucking do it.
Same.
Like I don't like I'm at a stage in my life where like fuck you.
Spend the money.
No, it's worth the 300-400 fucking whatever the fuck you're gonna spend just to
300-400. Who the fuck moved your shit?
Me, like okay, when I moved to Hollywood, me and Rocky in his fucking truck.
You said spend the $300-400. I'm like, who the fuck moved your shit? Would you move a closet?
Yeah, it's more than that. But I mean, it's worth it.
I'm gonna go with like 4 bins of shoes.
Yeah.
Over under
living room sets. Like fuck out. No, I'm not fucking. Fuck you. No.
Yeah. Fair enough. Those are hard words for someone who just moved 7 times in the last 2 years.
Have you really?
So where are you now?
There.
I have.
Are you back in LA?
I'm a showgirl in storage. Yeah. There are some very big things on the horizon. I'm not at liberty to discuss.
Super stoked
currently.
Tell us off air.
Yeah. Tell us off air. You need to know this.
Keep an eye on our IG stories
of these new transitions out of the West Coast. I also was like, I'm not fucking pulling permits, and I'm not paying rent in the
Right.
state again until like show me the money.
Yeah.
Like, look, girl, you know, Pelosi sends me texts every day. Like, she's like, help, stop.
Right.
We need your money. I'm like, bitch, you have $100 million.
You know,
Yeah.
like
Spread-
you
spread
spread
the
your
wealth.
investments.
I'll contribute to it.
Yeah.
I'm over it.
Same.
Sell some of your fucking stuff.
It's,
Yeah.
it's exhausting.
Yeah,
it's exhausting.
And
I
there,
agree.
she's like, have you heard Trump is going to run again? I was like, yeah, bitch, like we knew that. Like
Yeah.
you're surprised? Like,
Yeah.
oh,
No, we knew he
Have you
was going to
been
run
dating-
again.
We have a song
before
about that.
he
By
left.
the way, if you haven't heard it, it's called Little Baby Bunker, bitch. It's
Ooh,
available now,
Little
streaming
Baby
on
Bunker.
YouTube. Go check that shit out.
I want to be invited to your little baby bunker. It sounds tight in there.
It's very Trumpy in there,
It is
unfortunately.
indeed.
Gross. But yeah,
Um,
no, I agree. It's absolutely
But
exhausting.
wait. What is this a video? You said she has a music video or something, right?
She does. She
What is it?
does.
What
Well,
are we talking about?
I was waiting to get to
I'm
that.
sorry.
All right, we're switching.
Well,
I'm switching gears hard,
Video,
Dave.
segue,
It's cool.
there
It's
it
cool.
is.
We're
You
switching
gotta-
it.
You gotta
No,
roll with
it was with Adam Smash. Is that right?
Adam Smith.
So,
Yeah.
and it's it's electro swing, which I'm actually huge. I love
Okay,
Caro
define
Emerald.
Hey.
electro.
Caro Emerald did the
what is electro swing?
Electro swing is basically like modern electronic swing music, but it's been like happening. I mean, it's been 15 years or
All right.
something. I think.
It's
I'm trying to
15
visualize
years.
that. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's essentially, it started with house. It's more four
Yeah,
on the floor type of EDM, which at the time we were coming out of the dubstep days.
Yo, the dubstep days.
Got a little
Fucking
dark there
swell.
for a minute. I call it PTS dubstep.
Oh my god.
I literally remember coming home from Burning Man one year, and I'm sitting in between two of my exes, and like Elias has his hands on the wheel and was getting, like, we're listening to this classic rock radio station, right? And he's
Yeah.
like, "There's something wrong." Like Elias was so tense. He's like white knuckling the steering wheel. And at one point, I turned to him and I was like, "Are you okay?" And he was like, "No, I keep waiting for every song to break into the dubstep remix." It's like,
Yeah.
happens when it rains.
Yeah. You're like, are you?
Wow.
You're like, are you okay? Yeah, oh my god! Oh my god!
Love that song.
Song's
PTS
amazing.
It is.
You know what?
Dubstep, yeah.
You know what it is? It's EDM went through its grunge phase.
Yeah,
It's like when you went from like the
headbangers,
80s
the
hair
song,
metal,
right,
everything's
right.
great. Let's party and
Right.
do all the drugs into
So,
I'm
wait.
depressed and everyone's
Is-
angry.
Is dubstep not a thing anymore at all?
It is.
It is still,
It's
right?
not-
I've-
it's not
I've-
as-
I've heard it.
Moving right
Dubstep
along.
was
Yeah, it's not as big.
dubstep was assimilated into other genres.
It was.
Oh,
In fact, electro swing went into a little bit of a sort of wonky, like farty bass moment.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know, which is
For
fine.
sure.
We put a little bit of that in the mix,
Okay.
for sure. But traditionally, when it first kind of came out, it was more just house music, like four on the floor. And I'm a house cat. You know, I grew up in raving in New York City and going.
Chicago.
Where in the city?
Fair. I'm from there. I'm from really well. Fair enough. Fair enough. Opinions vary, but yeah. You get somebody from Ministry of Sound over here, and oh yeah, no, I love that. I love that. It's that deep dish. I love anything
She
deep.
said she loves
Do you,
deep
New York,
dish.
New York pizza or Chicago pizza? I'm out of curiosity.
Well, just having come from
This is a
an
very- what he's doing is
incredible-
setting you up.
an incredible weekend in New York that did involve a late night 5 a.m. adventure to Joe's. I'm ambivalent. I love New York pizza. I love that crunch.
Love
I
you,
love
Joey.
everything. And I love like literally eating Chicago deep dish pizza like this, you know?
Boom! Boom!
That's fair.
There goes the fucking dynamite. You fucking heard it here first. Miss
Yeah.
Emma, thank you so
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
You've been trying to fucking.
She said she likes both.
I'm into it.
Like
I'm
both.
into it.
The
But
way
you could have guessed
eats
that.
though.
I mean, why
The way
choose?
she eats deep
Yeah,
dish.
fair
The deep dish, though.
Deep dish.
fine.
Yeah, yeah. I'm
Where
into
in
it.
New York?
But
you
it's
from?
fine. It's
I'm
fine.
from the Catskills.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, so I grew up, and it's kind of
Okay.
funny. It's kind of funny when people refer to
Oh,
San
yeah, the city, I'm
Francisco
like,
as the
was that-
city. Like I could just,
No,
I
it's not
never,
the city.
yeah.
No,
When
New
I
York
moved
is-
there, I had a whole thing about it. I was like, I lived in Nopa, which is like the Victorian neighborhood, and I tell people I live in the suburbs, and they're like, "Oh, you live in the East Bay?" I'm like, "No, I live in the West Bay."
Ooh.
No,
and I
honey.
would call my friends who live downtown, and I'd be like, "I'm coming into town tonight." Like, "Bitch, you live in town.
It's very much like being, if you're in basically anywhere north of the Bronx, like you're going into the city.
The city, right, right, right,
It's
right.
not, you have to
Right.
go
And
in.
so I
It's
grew up
not, you don't live
raving-
there. You have to go into it.
Yeah, I grew up raving in New York. I worked at Satellite Records when I was just a baby. I was adopted by a bunch of old curmudgeon DJs who just sat around and complained about everything for years
Yep.
and years. So I have
Sounds
like
like
a
right.
very
Sounds right.
high snob like house
Yeah.
music, like
Yeah.
standard. And I just this weekend, I can finally say for the first time in a long time that I am motherfucking feel great.
Fuck yeah.
That's
I
awesome.
went to New York, and we can swear on Twitch, right?
Yes.
Wait.
Fuck yeah, you can.
Yeah,
I mean,
butts, dick.
I have fucked
Dicks
some
and
mothers.
butts.
Yeah, I have definitely fucked some mothers. You check my credits on that. But I went and I had a great night. Friday night, we went out and saw jazz all night in the West Village.
Where do you go?
We went to Smalls, and we went to, I don't even remember the name of the
The
other
other place
place.
is like Milk and Honey or something. Whatever the fuck's the other one out there? And
Milk and
then
Honey. That
That's
doesn't
still
even
there?
exist anymore.
Is that gone?
No,
I haven't lived.
that's so funny you say
Well,
that.
I lived in Manhattan for years.
Remember when
Oh,
you
no
were
shit.
from Jersey? You
When it
remember
was
that?
still
Yeah.
From Jersey. I said I lived in Manhattan for years. Didn't say I'm from there.
well, Milk and
I
Honey.
grew up
You
going to the
lost your
city since
street
I was
cred.
1. Real quick, Texas.
You
We're gonna
just
talk about
you just
Chicago.
ruined
First of
all
all,
the street cred with me.
We're fighting now.
It's
So.
real.
Oh, it's cute. You guys
I'm
are
gonna
so
kill
cute.
it.
This is the
I love that you fight in front of the kids.
company. We're in front of company.
You
Lock
started
it up.
You started
You
it.
lock it up.
You started it.
Anyway,
But
tighten
Milk
up.
and Honey is ground zero for mixology. You know, Sasha, the gentleman behind Milk and Honey, which is now called Attaboy. But when I lived in New York in the late 90s, Milk and Honey was still actually a speakeasy. Like you had to call from the corner. If you had the number, he would change the number every 6 months.
That's dope.
And he would give the new number to his best clients, like at the beginning of it, because eventually everybody gets the number. And so you could call, if you could get a table at Milk and Honey in the middle of the night in its heyday, you were somebody. You were a
They do
nightclub.
drugs at Milk and Honey.
There was drugs. There was
Yes, they did.
There was definitely drugs.
The
It
only
was
other-
open all
Fuck,
night.
they
There
did.
was
If it's a real-
7 tables and 5 seats at the bar. And there was rules posted, like you couldn't walk up to someone. You had to be introduced by the bartender.
Yeah.
There were all these rules that were posted from like the 1920s, and it was a thing in its moment. And you had to get a reservation or you go on the waiting list. If you were on the waiting list, you had to be within 10 minutes of getting there, and you had to call from the payphone on the corner of Essex. It was like a thing.
Yeah.
You would walk up to the door, they would buzz you in. It was
That's
legit.
crazy.
It was legit.
The only
Like,
other
when he
spots
went
after
to
that
get
were
his permits, finally to make it legal, they were like,
You sure about this? I only asked because I went to this thing called the Artist's Tree yesterday, like last night. And if you've never heard of it, it's Artist Tree. It's just opened up in WeHo.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah. Come on. Come
Took me
on.
a second.
But apparently it's like a dispensary / like you can fucking smoke weed and get weed like bar inside there.
That's cool.
So like when you walk in, motherfuckers are like smoking bongs at their table, smoking like,
right.
order it there. They have like this whole
Only
menu.
a matter of
Right. They have all this infused stuff. So I'm like, I'm talking to Katie. I'm like, I wish that you could just get to a point where like this could be whatever drug.
Well, we are getting
Shout out
close.
Joey Hollywood in the chat.
Yeah, shout out. I said it. Shout out Joey Hollywood. But yeah, no. I was like, if we could, like, maybe we could get to a point. I don't know.
We're getting damn close to the psychedelics being pulled into that realm.
Yeah.
I mean,
why not?
And my friend
Yes,
posted a
still
photo of
been
a ketamine clinic in Las Vegas with this
What?
big lit up
That's
neon
nuts.
sign that said ketamine therapy.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
Ma'am,
saying,
No,
that's
they're having
nuts.
They're getting
after
I'm
the
not-
Stanford
we're getting
trials,
I don't know about
we're
that.
They're
in the
testing all this shit for depression and whatnot
Yes.
too. Like a lot
I've
of
been
the-
microdosing with acid for the depression that I've been
I've heard
self-medicating.
nothing but good
And it
things.
really, really for
I've
the
heard
ADD and the depression.
Mushroom. I've not heard
The
microdosing acid. Is that
It's a huge thing on the peninsula.
okay?
All the little
Peninsula.
especially
Love
especially a lot of the more spectrum oriented what we are calling neurodiverse
Neurodivergent right here.
like
Yeah.
technology
Yeah, you
kids.
fucking
Yeah, I
are.
fucking
Hey,
am.
now,
I am super ADHD.
Nice. It does
but a
get
lot
shit
of
done,
the
though.
more
Sure
autistic
does.
and spectrum
When it
kids
does. When it
are doing a lot of ketamine, but are microdosing ketamine, microdosing acid, and it really helps like with the realignment. I've found like incredible with the ADD, especially, and the ability to focus. Because you're not actually high.
Yeah.
Like you're kind of for a second, when like now I got raw if I got high on acid in my life.
Fuck yeah. Like I'm like, wait a minute, because if you fuck that dosage up, it's gonna be a weekend.
I would definitely
Like,
consider
you're-
myself quite the cosmonaut in my, in my
Nice.
journeyings. I have gone all the way out and back,
Yeah.
but you kind of have a little bit of that orientation of like coming on, but it never arrives. You know what I mean? You kind of have that
Got
little
it.
bit of
So it's
that
like
energy.
a slow burn.
It sounds like whiskey dick to me.
Oh, come on.
Too soon, Dane?
I feel clearly it was
Too soon?
You know,
Yeah,
they make things for that.
they do. It's blue.
It's
called
good.
two hands
They're
and
called
a-
mushrooms and acid.
You know what? Here's the
Drugs.
Look,
Lots of
two-hand
here's
drugs.
the thing I figured out about whiskey dick, though, if I may. With enough
Just
gumption,
feels like it's coming on, but never happens. Yeah, I know. I get it.
with enough gumption, with enough like
Gumption.
determination. I mean, it's something you can. I refuse to accept that as an excuse anymore.
Yeah.
'Cause if you look, if you want some bad enough, get some.
That's not true.
I
That's
think
not how,
I
that's not how
think-
physiology
I-
works, Dane.
Anyway,
I don't seem to have much of a
Sandwiches
problem,
and
but
things like that.
I don't seem to have much of a problem in that department. But
You
it's
know,
it's
keep
a two-hand
pulling on
job.
it. Keep pulling on it. Something's gonna happen. You keep pulling on it. You spit on it enough.
Yeah.
You
You
fucking,
know,
or just go. You know what I mean? Start to.
Yeah.
I'm on a thing.
but as
I'll
I
stop.
as my age, as I progress through the years, I'm kind of like, you do it.
Yeah, well, yeah. Come back to
Take
me
care of
when
I
you're
yourself.
ready.
a mean dick. I'm just saying, but like, at some point, it's like, okay,
Yeah. I
I'm
got
gonna be getting a
cramping
neck
muscles in my
massage,
neck
yeah.
I didn't know existed.
But that's not
Yeah.
okay. Wait. But that's not whiskey.
Once
though.
the jaw starts clicking, like we
That's
need to-
not,
Yeah,
that's not
chill
whiskey
out.
though. That's not whiskey though. And fun fact.
That's not whiskey though. That's
That's
not
not
whiskey though.
whiskey,
That's
though.
true.
That's
I
what
will.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
That I'll give you.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
give you. That's a tough one.
Yeah. That's but what it's hand in hand.
If he's watching, but I would start the show with the first half of the show is brought to you by whiskey, and the second half of the show is brought to you by cocaine, and the after party. Well, that's when we break out the Cialis.
All right. See.
And in the morning,
all right,
we
that's
we
something-
carve it under your tombstone.
That's something I've never tried. Like Cialis and all that.
Fucking.
I've
well,
never tried it. Like
well,
recreation.
Can your heart?
It's
your
more
heart's
of-
gonna pop.
It's
Is it?
less of a recreational thing and more of like a necessity at some
Yeah.
point.
Right.
It's good to have in the cabinet.
I don't know. I think I'm nervous about it.
You're
now.
also
I wouldn't wanna
young.
do that, yeah.
I don't want to like no, but I'm just like, what if it
This is
doesn't
the
go
best
away?
time of my-
What if it doesn't go away and you're like just you're
Oh
like
no.
No. Fuck that. No.
That was
Stop.
good.
Stop.
That
Hold
was
on.
good.
No. Bullshit. Let's rewind the tape, right? Because this is recorded. You know what's gonna happen? She goes, "Oh no, do it yourself."
Do it.
That's where the fuck
Get
we're
it.
going.
Get your shit together.
I can.
Do it. Matter of
20
fact, do it in your car.
no,
Bye.
But it's like,
that could be a
you just-
record-breaking night. You
need
know what
that-
I mean?
yeah.
I'm
you need
like,
that SpongeBob.
how
that
else am I gonna
SpongeBob
have
voice?
15 orgasms?
2 hours later.
Yeah,
Do it
all
yourself.
right.
If it's not going down. No, you just have an adequate amount of
The reverse
snacks around.
Titanic.
Take
If
a
you-
break.
Yeah, like
Some snacks.
I feel like
Knock some shit off the
Yeah,
table
I
by
feel like
accident.
The time when that's the most optimal is like on vacation. Like that
when
vacation.
you've got all
we got,
day.
Yeah, we got
Yeah.
drinks. We got whatever the fuck we
Yeah.
want to do. This is the day. This is the whole plan. We're gonna stay hydrated.
But
I'm gonna
and we're gonna
I'd
talk.
have to make
But
that
I would,
so aggressive.
So
I would,
aggressive.
I would also say that you don't have to wait for a vacation to spend
This is-
all day fucking.
This is true. This is true. It is.
I
Shit
mean,
on
when you have a
TV.
job or something. Stop it.
There's
You're,
movies.
you're in
I
my.
don't know.
This is part of my job now.
I will say at that. So my magic hour. Not to get too graphic and too into my
It's
own.
just an hour.
Whatever. No, it's my magic.
Not
my
magic
section-
at all.
Beat me to it.
My section of it. Fuck you. Beat me to it. Nice. My section of it is like that like 2:33ish to like
Afternoon delight.
6 in the morning. No, not after.
Oh, you mean in the middle of the night?
yeah?
AM.
That to the 6 in the morning. That spot. Like if I catch that rhythm, like prepare to strap in. Fucking. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about. What up, kitten?
Hey.
Strap in because this is gonna happen.
Right.
And
It's time to clock in.
One track minded. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, no. I don't care how many you get. I'm getting this one.
I do
This
know.
one's coming out of
I
me.
do know. Yeah.
But yeah, like that
I
kind
get
of
that.
shit. And it's times like that where I'm like, man, if I had like
a
like
bottle
one
of
blue pills or like Cialis
No.
or something, I would fucking
no,
die.
it's times like
like the last scene of the Terminator.
Oh my
like,
god! Yeah, just fuck. Are we really still, mother?
dude, and then at that point you're like the next few days it's raw.
Oh god damn!
Yeah.
Raw.
You're like taking
Yeah.
a shower. You're like, oh fuck.
I think I took a layer off.
One time I thought this is gonna get whatever, but one time I really thought I was like, I think I got an STD. I think I got burned because like I was taking a shower and the shit was hurt. Like I was like, ooh.
I think this would be a great time also to mention that like that is why we have a foreskin, initially.
Yeah.
Is because the chafing really, like, as a lady who's had all cuts. Takes all cuts. But the difference really with the uncircumcised penis is that you don't get that chafing both on the penis and the vagina, kids.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah. Don't cut your
tell you
kids.
what. I fucking knew that.
But if she shaved like a day or two ago,
Oh, who
and there's
does
just a
that?
little
This is the
stubble
80s?
left, you know what I'm saying? Just a little stubble
What up,
left.
Rolo?
That little bit right there, that's basically sandpaper, coarse grade.
Fresh
Like,
wax.
yeah.
Always.
Yeah. I mean, I'll eat it. I don't give a fuck. I still will.
That's not what I'm talking
Because
about.
I mean, but
I'm talking about
you have a beard.
talking about
like,
the-
isn't
no,
your
no, no,
beard
no,
the
I'm talking
same
about-
thing?
not
really
here,
is.
not here. The
I mean, if you're
friction.
doing it, the friction.
Welcome
I hate
Yeah.
the
Welcome to the
hair.
conversation.
The
Yes.
chest hair when it's like a couple days grown in. It's so, I'm like,
Yeah. I'm told. Yeah,
you can't really get that like grind on.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm told it's like sandpaper.
Sandpaper, coarse grade,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. I like even a sparse, peppering of chest hair.
Peppering.
A little salt and peppering. Technically. Yeah.
Well, we'll eventually meet your
Silver fox
expectations.
is
Getting there.
true.
I will say this. All right, look, I'm gonna get personal here for a minute.
Really?
found-
Now?
I found
What the fuck have we been doing?
I found one gray hair in my chest hair.
Oh, honey.
Terrified the shit out of me.
You arrived.
And now I like shave. I keep a
Just
clean
please
shop.
it. Please it.
But like it's like I keep it's the one in the same spot. Like
you don't have any gray hairs anywhere
It's
else?
a good sign
No.
of progress.
I got the streak coming in
In the beard?
the beard that I'm keeping. That I like.
Congratulations.
But that, like anything below the neck, I'm like, oh no, why? And not even in my hair. Not yet. So I'm like,
I've
it's
been grabbing little bits of gray since my 20s just from the fucking stress of being an
Yeah.
artist. Like
Stress
ping,
is-
ping, popping up and
stress
shit.
factor, vitamin B deficiency, whatever the fuck.
I'm gonna go with stress. I'm gonna stick with stress.
They've been coming in this last 2 years. Well, I'm falling out. I
not
lost
ready.
like half my hair just from the stress of the last couple of
Fucking-
years.
yeah.
Like, it was painful.
I'm
So,
not
like,
ready.
Ugh.
I'm not ready.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Keep my
Anywho.
That was
wife's
not
name.
shut your fuck. All right. no. that being said, I will pose this question to you just because now I'm in a dicks and butts mood.
Oh, here we go. But,
Are you? Yeah, I am.
Welcome to
usually-
Failure Made
usually
One-Eyed Monsters.
Dicks and butts is kind of the theme. Go back and watch the other shows, people.
54
I
episodes.
got
all
some
dicks
good
and butts.
material on it.
Is it a I want 80 billion fucking rounds? Is that like your go-to? Like it's got to be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rounds, or can one solid wouldn't be enough? I'm just curious.
What, just good old fashioned fucking?
Yeah, good
Of course.
old-fashioned fucking,
Yes.
right?
Absolutely.
Right?
And especially
You
in the
don't want
morning.
But
or
I put it all into that. That's what I'm saying.
He said I put it all on the line,
You
baby.
ever watch
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Z?
Yeah.
You know how we're powering up for like 5 episodes? Just saying.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's me to hold.
Yeah.
20 minutes later.
Yeah.
Because I talked to like somebody like Rock. I'm about to air you out. I hope you're not watching the show. I'm sorry, bud.
Don't do it.
But like Rock's one of those people. We had him on the show. He said the same shit. He'll be like he'll tell me stories. He's like, yeah, I just kept fucking all night, like literally, and he means it. Like he really like fuck splash, fuck splash, fuck splash. That's his rhythm.
That's impressive.
And I'm just like, do you need all that?
Nah,
Is that a
dude.
necessity?
After like, I mean,
I'm like, we did that thing.
you're
We
doing
did
it
that.
quick.
Good job, go team.
No, I can come 4 or 5 times in an hour. Like I don't need the whole thing. But I'm also almost 40, and I've been working on that shit for a long time.
Yeah.
Like talk to ladies in their 20s, they're not
You're not in that.
I would
you
be
remember
surprised if
20?
any of them have even come at all.
I drank most of my 20s the fuck away. Like I'm pretty sure. I remember like
Fucking was easier in your
I
20s
think
though.
in my
mom.
60s, I'll fuck 20-year-olds.
dude.
Talking to you.
I hope that in my 60s I fuck like a 20-year-old. No, I was terrible at
no
fucking when
one
I was
ever
20.
at any point in their life fucks like
Like
a
a
20-year-old.
20-year-old. I was just gonna say
I had sex with a 40-year-old when I was 19. Never looked back.
it was
Really?
easier.
That's what I love about men in their 40s.
Experience.
I keep getting older.
They stay the same age. Yeah, they do. Get some. If you haven't seen that fucking movie, what are you doing with your life?
Yeah.
I will say, I have, now I have a whole different like look or understanding.
Yeah, you do because you're older.
Or understanding of
Really,
like girls
like
in
a
their
lot
20s.
older.
I wonder how, like, when I was in my 20s and I was trying to get girls in my 20s and they were like, no, I'm dating this guy. It's like 35. Fuck you. Now, then I like hit 35 and I'm like, wow, who were these guys you were dating? Because you were fucking obnoxious and I would never, ever want that around me.
Facts.
Like, I don't think to myself, man, I want to fuck somebody that can't go to a bar legally because that's going to be better.
No.
Who are you tricking?
I have no idea.
Who are these creepy ass fucking guys that you were fucking when I was in my 20s?
Dudes with a fetish.
Yeah, that's
something.
Yeah, that's for sure a fucking thing.
Yeah, because like even in my 20s, I don't know about you, but like when you just told us, so older for you, but like I was always like at least around my age or older. And a few times, like when I got into my late 20s, and I would go, oh, hey, like some young girls, like just kind of happened. And it was like, not a difficult. It was just weird. It was just uncomfortable. I'm like,
because
I already just like how it is like 20 to 25, you change dramatically, 25 to 30, you change, and the shit you learn along the way, the things you understand differently about it all, like, and you have no idea when you're that age. You think you do. You staunchly believe that you are God's gift to earth in this department. No one has done
shit at eating pussy.
I'm walking in. I'm innovating. I'm creating new shit. No, the fuck you are not.
This tongue twist is gonna get her.
You've done nothing.
I'm gonna put my whole mouth in
walking in, going fucking full papoose mode, doing the alphabet and everything. That's an old reference for anyone who gets that.
That was a legendary reference.
I'm saying you
do the strategy.
But then when you get older and you're like, oh shit, like no, I like, and then add to that too, when you start to get older, you don't have like that desire to just let everything slide, no matter how it makes you feel. Like you're more like, no, I know what I want.
Right.
And I know, and I'm going to ask for it. I'll talk about it. We'll have a conversation. Like you'll do all that stuff as opposed to like, no, I just need to please them and let's just make this happen. Oh my God, this is happening.
Collaboration.
Your ego, it's harder to get around your ego when you're younger.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh, I'm the shit at this, so I'm going to do what I'm the shit at.
No, I was the opposite. I was like, I need to make sure that like I just go in and everything is perfect for who I'm with.
You, sir,
I'm still
are a scholar and a gentleman. Once I got
a scumbag and a gentleman.
Once I got pussy eaten down, I was like, yo, bitch, sit down. I got this. Lay down. You'll be fine.
So like what?
You're about to see God.
So what? Like 2 years ago?
Fuck you. You did dick. Well, wait, hold on, because I have to say this. One, Poppet said, "Innovation, Tino."
Innovation.
And Katie, shout out Katie. Hey, Katie. She said, multiple rounds always, an uncircumcised dick for the win.
Right,
girl. And ask about the fringe. Oh shit. There was a fringe hat. Sorry, there was a fringe hat that this girl was wearing during the show.
Oh yes,
that, like, had these long fringes on it, and she's been trying to find that hat.
You got to make it.
You got to make it.
We made all of those costumes.
I've been trying since I was 20. I still haven't made. No,
one of these days.
It's 13.
He says
13 years old.
He says on his podcast. Whatever.
Yeah, that is a beautiful moment in the show where she just kind of like pulls the fringe aside.
We're having a moment.
Sorry.
Nice little bromance.
Right. It was all,
the hat.
It's a beautiful moment. We did a lot of promo shoots in that hat as well.
Yeah, that's what it's
just incredible. It's if you're wondering, it's Little Nancy Callahan.
Little Nancy Callahan.
And Bryn Root does just an unbelievable performance on the pole, international pole dancing champion.
Did you kind of everybody in the show while we're on it? Like, or some of
I think I can remember everyone.
some people, yeah, just right now on the spot, everybody, or you suck at this.
Big shout out to Coco though.
Yeah, Coco Lamar.
Shout out to Coco
Lamar, who'll be on this podcast later. But she is an incredible addition to the show, really starting it off. But we've got more acts than are in every show. So we've got about 30 acts that we cycle through.
Shit.
We do from
the ones we saw.
like 10 to 15 per show. Tosca loves to make sure that every show is a little bit different. She loves developing new acts. She loves marrying her friends and paying them a lot of money, and she refuses to make any money herself. So she's always stacking the show.
That is super fucking sweet.
It is super fucking sweet.
Yeah.
She's a very rare gem of a producer, and I have been blessed to be not only her creative partner, but her friend. I just there's been a lot of really toxic and challenging creative collaborations for me in the past.
Yeah.
So
what's that like?
Fuck you, first of all. You love me. Say you love me. Take it back. Say you love me.
I love you, man.
Oh,
man.
In all the ways.
Let the healing begin. But she is like to be in a creative partnership where you actually feel seen and appreciated, where someone really gets your talent and treats you right. Yeah. Like it expands your talent. It really allows you to blossom in ways that when people are stifling you because they don't want to pay you what you're worth.
Most people who are in charge,
producers, directors,
talent
agents, pay your fucking artists. It's super fucking easy.
But
you want us to come play your show? Pay us.
Well, throw back to last episode. But the exposure.
Get the fuck
out. I'll give you some exposure. Get down there.
Man, right? Get down there. I saved 2 days ago. Sandpaper.
Oh, the exposure. But this has been the age old, there's a reason why The Producers was produced. This has been the age old.
Fucking one of the best movies ever made.
Artists is that artists got to art. It's something inside of you that needs to come out. Yeah. And we will do it for free because it has to happen.
Yeah,
right.
So they figured that out a long time ago.
Well, you can either do it for free or not do it.
So speaking of too, so the new show Desperada is at the same location?
Oh, no. So we we will do one more, we believe, at this location that we're at currently, which is Florentine Gardens. It's been a little bit challenging being there. It's a beautiful spot. I know, old rave days, right?
Oh, I got memories of
there. I think it's been kicked out of that.
It shows there. That's super in my neck of the woods too. Ooh.
Yeah. So we put in an aerial point, and it's a high flying show. So we don't have a rigging point at Bahia. Well, we do actually. We've got a rigging point right in the center. And X-Pol sponsored us, by the way. They gave us a beautiful setup there at Club Bahia. Thank you, X-Pol, for all of your domestic stripper pole needs.
X-Pols for eyes.
It was sturdy too.
X-Pols for eyes.
Yeah, you can fit like 3 gay boys on there.
Literally, that happened. Yeah,
and like 5 uncomfortably, but yeah.
I know. I was there.
But big ones too, bears and everything. But we have a beautiful rigging point in Florentine where we actually rig, where we're like we're flying these acts.
I want to see that.
So Desperada is an all-women cowgirl show. It is what we like to call a self-aware Western. And if you thought sitting around during COVID and writing a feminist manifesto for a woke crowd is an easy thing, you must be. And I want some more of whatever you're taking.
Right.
Yeah, don't get me started on some of this wokeism. I'm
indirectly
opposed to a lot of the divisiveness that is created by some of this uber sensitivity.
Yeah.
Am I a fan of change and transformation? Absolutely.
Yes.
I recommend it, but it's required.
Right. It's kind of an inevitable part of life a little bit.
No, you're right, and you're in the right. You're talking to the right people about that too.
And so we prefer to showcase our diversity as opposed to talking about it too much in the show. And it's anytime that we're talking about women's issues in the modern age, one of the classic misunderstandings is that women want something that is the same thing. When we all know what women want is to want whatever they want and then have the right to change their mind.
Yeah.
And be
frequently,
in
the middle of the decision that has just been made. On the way to the restaurant that she. No,
I like that you
hold on a
picked,
minute. Wait a minute. Yeah, she didn't make the decision.
We'll do whatever you want, but not that, right?
Unless it was a vegan restaurant.
Yeah. That's right.
Wait, so when does that start?
Vegan.
My wife is. My wife is
a lot better.
So Desperado.
Does it taste like meat?
No, but it's fresher and cleaner, except for some of the vegans. And I did date one of these vegans. We called him the vegan from Vancouver. Like, what's up with the fat vegans, you guys? You know what I mean? Like, if you're eating all wheat and pasta, as he called it.
Pasta.
It's a Canadian thing.
Pasta.
But it's a lot of the vegans are for the animals. They don't actually like vegetables, I found.
I had to.
You're fucking dumb. That was stupid.
Flip that in there.
Fuck you.
That's what I do.
Sorry.
Just ask my wife.
A second.
We need some consent for these jokes. Coming around the back.
So wait,
were we going to get into butt stuff or no?
Yeah.
Consent. Speaking of getting into butts
stuff and stuff.
Well,
Seven things. Stuff and things.
All right.
I just really want to say I'm super into buttholes lately.
All right, hold up before we get into that, because that's a whole other episode.
That's a problem. I mean, how big is your dick? That could be a real problem for you.
Yeah.
You know, because a lot of women, just
outed himself.
The first thing they want to put in their butt is a big old dick.
but she's into it.
You know, you got to start with the toys first. You got to get the stretchers. You got to space it out. It's a whole ritual for me.
I don't want to. Yeah, it's small. We gotta work up to it.
Slender.
So Desperada.
I'm doing tongues right now. We're gonna work out it. We're gonna work up to it.
Actually, I do have a question, not about your girl's butthole, but specifically about the show, and then we'll get back to
you. Don't want to hear about my girl's butthole?
Yes,
it's really beautiful.
It's stretched thoroughly, but professionally.
Professionally, yeah.
Incrementally.
Yeah, incrementally.
So I had a quick question about, because I've been when I was writing up some of the details about Desperada, I just kind of automatically assumed Tarantino based on Tarantino, that Desperada was based on Desperado, and then it was maybe Robert Rodriguez themed, because I thought maybe that would be the thing. So, but I went on the site. It doesn't actually mention any of those things anywhere.
It is essentially the retelling of the stories of the women of the West, because as anyone who is a fan of Westerns know, it's not about women.
No, at all, ever. Literally.
All of the A, B, C, and D fucking films and television shows that were made about the Wild West. People think cowboys were white, which is crazy, first of all.
Thank you.
The
harder they fall, dude. Had both women and people of color.
Read a
fucking fucking crushed it.
So there are a lot of misconceptions about the West, and it was actually a really incredible time for women. Women were able to do things in what we call the portal of change that was the Wild West that they never would have.
Porno of change?
Portal. Pornos don't change.
Pornos don't change. There's gonna be some.
The only thing that changes in porno is the amount of hair. That's it, right? You can tell what decade it is by the bush.
Well, I don't know. It's.
I got waxed here in Los Angeles a few weeks ago, and this bitch looked at my pubic hair as if she had never seen it before in her life. I was like, it's called a landing strip. Some people need to know where they're going.
Have you ever gotten a wax penis? Because I have.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I have.
Not there.
I will never not respect any woman that ever chooses to get waxed on a semi or on a regular basis.
I like
to scream out the name of the man I'm about to fuck while it's happening. Fucking Johnny.
That's amazing.
I'm a Steve Carell.
That's amazing. It is. I don't know about that. I don't. I was traumatized.
Well, the balls are very sensitive,
dude. The taint.
The taint is very
sensitive. It is a bitch.
Actually, the taint. Arms and chest to the taint. That's the home stretch for women.
I had to.
Okay, just the assholes left.
So this is what he wanted to talk about.
My friend,
We
Mr.
made it full circle.
My
That was good. That was good. But it's rim shot.
Rim job. Rim shot.
What's in there? But my friend Mr.
that
C
thing?
used to say, he's like, women are so
Titties.
crazy. He'd be like, they get waxed, plucked, pinched, corseted, cinched, high heels, but they don't want to do anal because it hurts.
Yo,
That's true.
That's kind of true.
That's true.
Kind of true.
Sorry about it.
Hey, but you know,
I mean,
consent 9/10 of the law.
I guess one's
100%
over
of the law,
quicker.
100%
Well,
of the
I
law.
I really enjoy anal with a very small penis, and it's great when a man reveals himself very nervous about his size, because let's face it, a lot of men watch way too much porn these days, and so even average size men with what I like to call a perfect dick, you could put it in either.
Yeah.
They get very very.
Can't
in
be the
their
only one
head.
questioning her guidelines, right? Out of curiosity here. I could see. I looked up. He's like, I could see him doing like math in his head, like, well, I wonder
Nah,
if
you're
it's
gonna
average.
do the
Look,
perfect
nah.
dick.
It goes
Statistically
without saying, you're gonna have a
speaking.
fucking problem with me. I'm
When
sorry.
you find a man of a
Getting
slightly
there.
like smaller stature,
Already
you can
learned
get
so much
really
about your dick today.
surprised. You can get really surprised, like authentically
thing is
surprised
too
about it, because
Yeah.
you can put it in your asshole.
Just like a
And as it turns out, there is an anal orgasm.
Yeah. Oh,
I
what?
didn't. I know. I had my
Where's
first
it at?
one.
Is it like on the surface? Is it?
No, it's inside. Like you guys have
Because
a
the
prostate.
clitoris
We
section
don't.
goes
Yeah.
all
The
through
clitoris
there,
goes all the way through.
motherfucker. I just
And
recently learned
it's
that.
5 zones.
It's 5 zones.
Yeah.
I have 6. That was anal was my 6th orgasm, and
Is it better? Is it the same? Is it
it's
worse?
the
Is it
same.
joke in
It's
there
kind of like
somewhere.
it's an internal orgasm, like a G-spot orgasm.
okay.
But the anal orgasm also, the biggest nerve in your entire body goes straight from your anus to your heart.
It's the real sixth
So
sense.
it's a heart opening orgasm.
I'm
It's a
sorry.
fucking thing.
This is the way-
It's a
it's
fucking
like
thing.
people used to say, "Oh, you had
Thank
the
you,
reason
Randy.
the
I'm
reason
just
you wear your wedding ring on your ring finger is because there's a nerve that goes all the way to your heart." But really, it's in your butthole.
It's in your butthole.
That's why it's
No.
called a ring.
Yeah. That's why you need that cock
Could it
ring,
be?
ladies and gentlemen.
Could it be
That's
that
why it's the
somebody
ring.
figured that out and they're like, we're gonna make this a butthole that they can wear on their fucking finger? I would love that if that was true. Somebody Google it.
Johnny Cash song makes so much
Pop
more
it.
sense now.
Google it. Google it.
I fell in.
Pop it.
Is that with the
Google-
hemorrhoids, the burning ring of
Google
fire?
After a lot of fucking hot
Rings are
sauce,
because of
man.
buttholes.
You like
That's
hot
all I wanna
sauce?
know.
I do.
I'm a
love
big hot sauce guy, and
Yeah.
I've been like trying to find more because
Not
usually
good
have
on a
a
night for anal. Yeah,
It's
not so much. Not great.
Can you do me a favor? And can you Google if like the wedding ring is because of the butthole and because there's a nerve from your butthole
She
to your
just
heart?
It's-
Googled it in her head, and
It's
she
not. The
said,
answer is no.
I wish it was though.
The answer is no.
Is it no?
I like how
I know.
I like how
there were layers to that. And then hello. And now I gave you homework. All right. All right.
"We love you."
love you.
Love you, Puppet. All right.
I love how in your scenario here where she's Googling in her head, but her answer was like the quintessential magic 8-ball answer. Like, please try again later.
Answer
Try
unclear.
again later, and again, and again,
Yeah,
and
right.
again.
I will say, listen, all I'm saying is whatever I know I've said it the last few episodes, just be okay with the butthole in general. Like make it okay. It should you'd be amazed at the world of just pleasure and joy you can get.
You can open up.
So she fits right in.
Hey, wait. Oh, wait, I got it.
On the choice of strap on.
It's a-
like some fit better.
it's a whole new world.
That was
a
better.
shining place. I
To
never
put your dick.
knew.
Oh, it's a shining place. I take a poo.
That's good.
But when you're way
down
down
there-
there,
Evolving people. So
We're the
wait,
s-
now
we went the same
Desperada-
direction, but not
The next
actually.
Disney special, right?
Desperada is about women of the West, and I love that
That's great.
as a premise. First and foremost, that's fucking dope as shit.
That's right.
So now he wants a merchant
I know,
with
right?
fringe.
You're stupid. So wait, the one question I had this whole time: when does that start? Because
So we've done a few productions of it.
Already.
Well, but it's the kind of thing where it takes a lot to put it on, and it's a bit of a dog and pony show.
Phrasing.
And so it's a huge production. And actually in a lot of the early ideations, like Tosca's coming out of pocket for it in some ways, you know, but it's a display piece, right? And so we're creating all the content for it so that hopefully one day it'll grow up and get a job.
Yeah. Right. Pay some rent.
Good little show that
you can do it. We believe in you.
So Florentine's been a great like place for us to explore it. We're definitely doing another.
We're still talking about the show now, right?
Yes.
Display piece, it's exploring it.
Yeah, we do a little bit more of that kind of exploring behind Bahia.
Hey.
According to the footage. Anyways, but Desperada will go up again in Florentine Gardens. It's at Desperada Show.
Nice.
For those of you on the gram,
go
find that shit and desperadashow.com. And it is just an incredible show. It's high flying straps act. We've got doubles, triples, like amazing talent. That's also been one of the most, profound experiences for me working with Tosca's show is that both of us kind of got a little sick of burlesque. Like, how many ways can you take off a glove, bitch? Like, get over it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Facts. Not the finger.
And so she's a circus artist, who does sexy circus in burlesque shows around town and internationally. But we really, she and I absolutely agreed on wanting to do a more circus oriented show. We do have burlesque in the show.
Right.
Like we love some titties, you know what I'm saying?
Who doesn't?
Let's get them out there.
I don't give a fuck what you are, gay, straight, lesbian, bi, somewhere on the spectrum. Wherever you are on the spectrum, nobody's looking at a titty like,
hold on.
Whoa, I'm leaving. Yeah. I've been around fully all the way on the gay end of the spectrum, gay. And a titty come out, and they're like,
"Oh, yeah, those
out of here, yeah, titties are titties. Titties are good titties."
I was at an after party one time, and my friend turned to me and was like, "Does any of your friends have any drugs?" And I was like, "Let's find out."
Yes.
My tits, I'm like, "Titty bag?" And I'm like, "What do you want? Coke? Get them in."
Bro, it's like the new version of the trench coat.
I will say also, kudos to you. We from the community love that. If you walk through the afters and you're like, who wants to do a titty bump? Fuck you. Leave if you don't want to do one. Leave. Go home now. You're in the wrong place. Sorry. And especially on a holiday, like if it's New Year's, and some lovely young lady is gracious enough to allow your face to get near her titties long enough to do some drugs, you don't fucking do them. Get the fuck out of the fucking
PSA.
What are you here for?
PSA. And knowledge is power. No, was it the more you know?
The more you know.
Stay home.
Come later.
Come later.
Multiple times in some cases.
I've had the good grace to be able to conduct a few titty bump workshops in my life, and they've all gone swimmingly.
No, because there's
technique.
There's technique. You can't just shoot.
And you have to optimize your exposure to the tit.
You gotta take into consideration the shape of your titty.
That's right.
There's some geometry involved. There's geometry involved.
Because you can do this.
Angle is all.
You
it's
can
all
do
about
this
the angle.
with whatever your titty size is. You just gotta know what you're doing.
Oh yeah.
Don't put it in the middle if you don't got them for in the middle. Put it over to the side. Lift it. You're right. It is so.
When you lift, you're creating a small table too.
You're creating right.
And also a pillow.
And be comfortable with
which you will not need after partaking.
Nobody's pulling out a bill.
Oh, you kidding me?
The face has to hit surface.
Right. Because it's like people pull out Strana. No.
Who does that? Motorboat this shit, motherfucker.
And then a little.
You're not wrong.
I mean, there's like tune in next time where we'll discuss more in depth the idiosyncrasies of doing titty bumps.
That should be like on the Failure Made Monsters YouTube channel, like which will get demonetized immediately.
Yeah. Not on
Patreon only, which is coming soon.
We need to set up a fucking Patreon. Chat. Let us know.
Let us know if you want a Patreon. We will talk doing hardcore drugs in after hours and what the proper technique is.
Yes.
Be a part of that.
Yes, be a part of that.
I was
you bring the drugs.
You bring the drugs. putting up here for that shit. That's what y'all are here for.
Crowdfunding. Yeah.
There's a
Fucking evolving. I love it.
It's awesome. There's an anime which I'm gonna kill the mood for a second, but there's an anime called Prison School, and in it it's like one of the horniest fucking things I've ever seen. It's hilarious.
Have you
absolutely
met me?
Hilarious, right? Fair.
We do hang out.
Hang out. Yeah,
You can drink that on.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, you don't.
You can drink that on
you need to
camera.
hide that.
Yeah.
I have my own desires.
Oh,
Go on.
Okay.
So
hey,
there's
you know what?
Trying to be-
I'd like to know more about him.
So they're talking about why someone's an ass man in it, and
Okay.
then the guy, but the main character actually he's a tit guy, and he
Were
loves it.
there
but
any no ass men? Like,
yeah,
what if
no,
There
there
are
is.
no
Yeah,
ass
there
men.
are. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's people who prefer tits,
Yeah.
right? T to A, and the
I
whole
feel
thing.
like-
But he
Well,
go.
but you don't have to pick.
I feel
I'm
like
just
they live in the
saying
South.
not
They're
like-
probably
No,
Republicans.
I mean I don't understand.
I feel like
who
they
does
drive
it.
a lifted
But
truck.
it's a preference. Like if you had to choose someone who
Oh,
has,
they make you choose.
I feel like they drive a lifted
I'm
truck.
opposed.
They live in the South.
and they're great at
They
anal
go to
sex.
Trump. They go to Trump
in her
rallies.
eyes.
I feel like they're like, ew, what's all that ass
No,
shit?
you can't be a fan of Trump and not like a big dumpy ass.
I
dude.
mean, right? It's got to smell out of the
He
side
is
of
the
cheek.
biggest, the dumpiest ass
He
of
is
all
the biggest,
time.
dumpiest.
Yeah,
ass of
figuratively
all
They
and
just-
literally.
That's actually why they vote for him. Is to just see big dumpy ass. But no, so in it they're talking about why we're all like we
Hey,
evolved
I
from
fuck
apes.
Republicans. Okay, just simmer
It's
down. We all
fine.
gotta build
We
our
all have.
I've had it happen.
all gotta
build
I've
our bridges.
definitely had it happen.
I don't know where these
Dude.
bridges are going, but they need
No.
to be built.
Yeah.
But they
You
need
have
to be built.
Unity. Unity is what.
Unity.
It's
And
a-
that's
it's-
actually
it's-
one of the main themes of the show is that I don't believe, especially for the women's movement, that emasculating men and shaming and scandalizing in a retroactive way people who were not necessarily like sensitive to the needs and desires of women, that's actually not going to get us what we want.
Somewhat
And
counterproductive.
so we really in this time coming together is the most paramount thing in any, and so a lot of this infighting that's happening with men and women is really, is distressing to me.
I think it's.
because
I mean, I don't know if it's so much
that's
gender
how it goes.
specific. It feels more like ideologies clashing.
Yeah.
ideologies clashing,
Yeah.
but
Or-
that
Well,
also-
because we're spending a lot more time talking
Oh,
about ideology.
so-
Before that didn't happen
That's
as
true
much.
too. Yeah.
You didn't have as many platforms to talk about your fucking
well,
ideology
you know what the other
on.
You know why? Let's just call it what it is. Let's just fucking call it what it is.
A
if
big
you-
old dick.
There you go. If you were not smart or you
Yeah.
didn't consider yourself smart, you didn't go around talking about shit you didn't know. But now on the internet, people going around talking about shit they don't know because they think that they know now.
well, and the internet kind of gives you that like
Blanketed, but
bold-
I'm
You know what I'm
valid.
saying? Like,
Yeah.
we didn't talk about it before. I mean, there was also other reasons, like it wasn't societally. But I mean, let's be real. Though. Like, who wanted to go make a fool of themselves in front when you couldn't pull out your phone and like check shit?
Hey, Miss Emma,
So you talk
new,
about it.
you're new here, but when his voice pitches up those 3 octaves,
And my voice is gone right now
that means
too.
that
so.
that means he's going down.
I had a
that road.
fucking we I
know
watched. Look, I'm just saying.
It's only a
We
matter of
can
time
talk
before he's
about
like,
politics.
"Hey, another
Oh,
one."
half
I
half
know
this
where I'm
show started in politics originally. Yeah,
It
so,
still is.
it's turned more
We
into
walk-
dicks and
we
butts, which
walk
is
the-
great. But
We walk the
It
line.
has in politics as well.
oh, absolutely, it literally on the
We're
description it's
evolving
like
together.
from porn stars
I
to
love it when
politics
it
is our
evolves.
fucking.
Politics.
I
Right.
am a habitual thread puller.
Nice. I've actually been in a porn.
No shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Spend some time.
Yeah.
What was that like?
Dig into
and
it.
what was it
It's
about?
actually a
And
really
what
great
parts did you play?
story. So I was out on the town, getting fucking hammered years and years.
Yeah, you were.
ago.
Oh, sorry.
Nice.
And the door girl, I am not a lesbian, but found that out the hard way.
Isn't that the way to find out though?
I know. I moved from New York, and like all these fucking California men, I was like, like you want to fuck, you don't want to, like, what the fuck, dude? Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck, right? And so there was a lot of intimidation, I'm sure, going on, what have you. I'm
Yeah.
a pretty like, at the time, just coming from New York, I was super aggressive. And so
Pull your pants
I-
down, show me your dick.
Yeah,
Let's
like,
figure this out. What?
do this, and
Yeah.
and it's not even if and when. I get to say if and
We
when.
say
Yeah.
what we
You
want
pick
back
up my
home.
fucking
Yeah.
calls at
Yeah.
2 a.m, motherfucker,
Yeah.
or the deal's off. You know what I mean? It's not just like at your behest. Like, I'm nobody's beck and call girl, And so, that's right. And so then I was like, maybe I'm a lesbian. Like, maybe I could do this.
Just
and
push it for a
share-
little while.
share
I
my
get it.
shit.
See if
But,
it tastes good. Whatever.
She was right in there, but once you start giving head to the strap on, it just gets kind of awkward.
Is that a thing that wait? Is that a thing that really actually happens? Because
I love dick. Turns out,
Yeah.
So I'm all like,
the heart wants what it wants.
What it wants. Dick.
If
the
the heart doesn't know,
the butthole will let you know.
Beautiful, like amazing girlfriend who I've been dating and an incredible friendship with for 5 years, and I love that. I never saw that coming, although I see her coming all the time.
Just gonna,
that was good. You picked it up.
Tears up. But at the time, I went home with this hot door girl who lived in the Tenderloin, of course, and we were at some crazy after hours, and we're just like going at it in the cab. We get home and there's a man in her bed. And I was like, ooh,
this shit just got good.
But he kind of looked all fucked up. He had like a black eye and like some blood on his face, whatever. And I was like, whoa.
Do a John Wick movie.
In there. And then he and I kind of had a little, let's see what happens. So he and I had a little tussle, and then she went and she was like digging through her closet for her strap on for like a long time. And then she came back.
I feel like you should know where that is.
We sort of,
or then it's immediately not sanitary.
Yeah, there was that.
But,
I'm gonna file that under too drunk to care.
Pickle jar.
She and I then like proceeded to have our little scene. And at one point, I remember I looked up and I saw the man sitting in the chair watching us just going to fucking town. And he had a piece of pizza and a Heineken. And I was like,
nice.
Wait.
Bravo.
Wait. Wait. Hang on. A piece of pizza and a Heineken.
Watching the
I'm trying to figure out the logistics of this.
He's watching. He was just watching.
Yeah, he was just watching.
He said he was going down. He said he was going to town on himself.
No, we were going to town.
Yeah,
No, you just like you never jerked off with
some shit. That's why I was like. That's why I was trying to figure out the logistics here.
Scissoring.
You said the setup already was kind of
Anyways, so then I like fucking passed out in the the pillow, what have you. And I woke up in the morning and I saw this huge camera in the room that I had not seen the night before.
Okay.
And the camera's pointing right at the bed.
Oh, shit.
And I was like,
a director.
What the fuck just happened, right? I was like furious. And I kind of went a little bit ballistic about it.
Yeah.
But he was like, look, actually what happened was you ruined our shot. Like we were in the middle of shooting a film and she thought they were done. They were doing a long shot into night. So in the scene in the movie, he'd just gotten the shit kicked out of him in the film and he goes to a safe house to like sleep for the night. And they were doing a long shot where it only took a picture every 2 minutes or 5 minutes.
Right.
So it was about him in the bed, like turning over and rolling over, a time lapse and the light changing into night. But what happened was it actually was incredibly beautiful in the film. And this was an amazing film called 25 Cent Preview.
25 Cent Preview, check it out.
And it was years ago. And what they were doing was documenting the end of the Tenderloin as the Tenderloin was in its heyday. And it was all kind of dying out. The last of the peep shows were disappearing off of what we call the Polk Gulch, which is traditionally where the gay hookers are in San Francisco. Right. And the trannies are up on the fire corner. I used to take my friends on a tranny safari. Going out in San Francisco, do the remember the Steve Irwin, you see these in their natural habitat. Like look at the
I feel like any city you could do that and it would be hilarious.
Yeah,
full Steve Irwin it up everywhere.
Yeah, anymore at all.
I mean, just the people in general.
Absolutely.
I'm down.
But they were. But what they were doing was they were going. It's a good one. They were going into the neighborhood and with a carton of cigarettes and using non-actors in the film.
Right.
So there was one central character. This was the man in the bed. He was a child who'd been molested by his priest. And he came to a big confrontation with his priest in the end of the film where he almost kills the guy by pushing him off this cliff and then saves him. And .com, this gentleman who they found, who was a prostitute at the time and a pusher, he becomes sort of the central character. And he was a black man who kind of takes this guy under his wing and they're turning tricks together. And there's all these like amazing scenes where people wanted to tell their stories, you know? And so they were telling authentic, incredible stories from the neighborhood. I fell in love with the project.
Right.
And so in the film, the woman I was a black woman. And in the film, the black man and the white man come into the shot. The white man lays down. Then this black woman comes into the shot, like a white woman comes into the shot. It was almost as if we represented their like feminine selves.
So
It became like a dreamscape of like the two of them in this love scene, you know, which was like in real time hardcore fucking, but in
the time lapse.
It's
Right.
beautiful. Like it's
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Right? We meant that.
so pretty. And so it becomes this like dreamscape. But you know, still relatively pornographic.
Yeah.
But so like they kept that in this, you know, in the film. And like
Happy accident.
they gave me a little bit of cash, whatever. They actually built another part for me, and I was in the film later on.
That's awesome.
As an actor, non-actor, but 25-cent preview. It's
You literally just kind of fucked your way into a movie.
I really did.
That's the opposite of porn. That's like reverse porn.
As Sharon Stone once said, "You can't fuck your way to the top, but you can fuck your way to the middle."
Yes, you can.
Right into the middle of their
Basically.
shot.
That's one of my favorite quotes of all time.
That's fucking awesome. That's
Yeah.
fucking cool,
Yeah.
man.
That's
Really interesting moment in my
I
life.
wish I could say I accidented myself into a porn. That's fucking awesome.
Right?
I mean, I've seen.
I tripped, I
all movies.
fell, and boom.
I was in a porn.
Here's
Trip,
my dick.
fell, landed
on
on his dick.
camera.
But I've been in some home movies, you know.
Oh yeah,
I'm in
yes,
some
man.
home shit.
Some guys
I got
really like
shit
to
on my fucking
document.
phone that would
Right
make you
the fuck
blow.
Yeah,
out.
no,
Yeah.
unlikely, but
I'll
I'll
do
take a look.
that.
I'd
How
like to
much time
see.
do we have?
Please show me as well.
So here,
I wanna
guys.
know.
No, I'm just playing.
That's all right. So
Anybody who held on past the first hour, I got a treat for you.
Yeah. My phone is just ass shots. It's pictures of my Instagram, Miss Emmma 3M.
he's an ass man.
Miss
What is
Emmma 3M's, Miss Emmma Nation. And it's just a lot of pictures of my butt.
Is
Yeah.
that is it
I fucking hate
emanation
Instagram.
like emanating? Is that the
Emanation. That was kind of my old Facebook handle. I go by Miss Emmma with 3M's now, but I love the emanation. It's the nation of Miss Emmma, and I
Yeah.
frequently refer to things in the nation, like this morning in the nation. You know,
In the nation.
in some of my posts and tags. Yeah, it's
So
you know,
that's so at Miss Emanation with 3 M's.
that's right.
And so you're also in Tarantino show.
And the Desperada
Desperada
show.
show.
I've got my Electro swing group, Adam Smith and his big bass age big band, and then I have a touring like live band burlesque show that I call Miss Emmma and her band of boyfriends.
Nice.
There's a lot of boyfriends, in many
So
different
many boyfriends.
the story of my life, right? Although I do tend towards men and not boys, but you know, I can slip a boy in there every once in a while.
Once in a while.
I'm going to show you something I feel like teaching tonight.
Right?
I did. I fucked a 25-year-old a few years ago, and I was like, am I a cougar? Like, is it happening?
You're an instructor.
It's a little fast for me.
You're- that's-
Yeah.
I think you're in my 60s, like I said. Oh, and I have what's the patience.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not my
Yeah,
thing.
'cause that needs
I don't
to
know if
be
that comes.
paramount.
I don't think that comes with my aging.
I
Seem to be getting less patient
I
the
am
older I get.
so fucking bad now.
You are the
Like,
fucking
I am fucking
worst.
bad.
The
I-
worst.
I
I'm
wrote
sorry
I
to
wrote a little
everybody
I
that
wrote a
love
little
everybody.
I wrote a little song about it. Can I sing a little song?
I would
Absolutely.
love it. if you
Okay,
did.
we're gonna do this little acapella. I'm actually
Give us a
recording
ditty.
this right now. I came from the studio.
You're in for a treat.
It's good. Goes like this. I don't work much. I don't have the time. I'm out till late lunch with some friends of mine. I don't flirt much, but it's something to see. When I love somebody, then somebody loves me. I like the night, baby. It's so good to see you. You know you're doing something when they all wanna be. You like the night, baby. This business of show. No business like the only business I do. I don't wait much. I think it's a crime. My panties in a bunch. I turn on the dime. Don't sweat much. I save it for the nights. I got a lot of for when the time is right. I don't prowl much, but I got it now. I bet you had a hunch. What I'm thinking right now, I don't scowl much, but just cross me and see. When I love my people, then my people love me. I like the night, baby. It's so good to see you. You know you're doing something when they all wanna be. You like the nightlife, baby. This business of show ain't no business like it. Only business I know.
Ow, ow, ow! Top tier.
Into the mic. Into the mic.
Well done.
That
Well
was awesome.
done.
You lied in that song, though.
No.
Flirt Mike.
Ah,
I don't believe that for
Get
a
outta
goddamn second. I've seen
Get
you.
outta
I've seen you on stage. Stop.
That was.
It's a lie.
that was
It's a
well
lie.
done.
It's a
Well
lie.
written.
Next lyric. I don't sing much. Liar.
Liar,
Liar.
liar. Let's sing all the
Yeah,
time.
boy.
Same.
All the time.
Whole vibe. That was
That was awesome. All right. So what's
I'm really excited about that one.
I could see a woman in like a white t-shirt and high heels, like dancing down the sidewalk in the rain.
You
After
know,
she leaves some guy's house, like,
Yeah.
yep,
yeah,
love it.
old
Full
Cagney
vibe.
style.
yeah, yeah.
vibe, love it.
It's catchy, and I love the cars.
Have
Come
you
on,
used your
I
business?
always have little homages in my songs. I share that with Tarantino. I love to have a little like take a line from another song and like build it into my song and like pay tribute to some of my favorite artists. Because I'm a lyricist. I love good lyrics.
And that song was from your solo project?
Yeah, I wrote that. I'm not entirely sure what I'm gonna call this new project I'm doing with Elliot, but I've got an amazing big band arranger here that I work with. With Adam Smith, and he's helping me on some of these cabaret tracks, so that when I get to the next place I'm going,
That.
I'll have them with me.
Before you run away from us, if you perform anytime in LA, please let us know.
I will. I have a champagne glass, Miss Emma's champagne coupe that I recently sold because I couldn't pay to store it anymore, and like a lot of things happened, and I needed that money. And so I sold it to a young gentleman down here, who does a really beautiful cabaret show. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna forget the name of it. But it's like a salsa cabaret show. But I will be doing the glass here in Los Angeles in the fall with the new song that was built for it, and my new corset, my dark garden corsets that I just got for the Edwardian ball. So beautiful.
Shout out Dark Garden corset.
Oh God, Miss Autumn. She does some Dita corsets. She's
nice.
studied under Mr. Pearl, who's the big French corsetier, super famous. But yeah, she's amazing, and it's my new piece.
Still super want a corset. They're
but they go to darkgarden.com.
I think
They
that's
make leather.
the one
They make
that I wanted
beautiful
to do.
leather masculine corsets, and ones that
they're
have
like vested
straps
and stuff.
and
Yeah,
vested. Oh my God,
they are
dope.
dope as fuck, and they
Dope
take
as
a
fuck.
long fucking time to
It
do.
takes
That's
6
the only
months,
reason I haven't gotten it yet.
Yeah, we're
'Cause you have
building
to-
a whole outfit for the
I think
the
that's the company that I found one out
It
that I
is.
wanted to get.
It
I
is.
haven't ever
100%.
seen it.
It's the only one. It's
Yeah.
the only one.
They have like they have the ad that runs where it's a bunch of guy ones
Right.
where it's
Right.
got to be the same one.
Right.
It's got to be. It's for
And
sure.
it's
guys.
beautiful. It has a
Shout
sort of
them
like
out. Seriously,
Dark
I
Garden.
can't wait.
Chat
She's-
loved the
she's
performance,
an
by the way.
artist, thank you guys.
Love the
It's
voice.
so nice to
A
sing.
damn wow. We got a damn wow.
A damn wow.
Wow.
Damn,
Damn.
Wow.
Wow.
Right?
I'll
Talent.
take it.
But yeah, we're super over.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What time is it?
It's 5:41.
Something
All right.
like that.
I don't know if you-
We're gonna have to wrap
I
this
told
up.
my hot date for this evening that around 6:15,
Yeah.
6:30.
Perfect. All right. So if
Time
anything,
to have a laugh
anything
tonight.
left to plug, I know you
Yeah.
have. And
Just my butt.
sorry, I was waiting for it.
Ha ha.
So
Hear me out. Hear me out. Butt plug.
Butt
plug.
plugs. It's a
Hey,
thing.
hey.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Get your weekend off to the right start.
So this is, we got Miss Emma. That's at Miss Emma Nation with 3 M's in Emma. You have your solo act. You have Desperada. You have Tarantina. You have Adam.
And just hands.
Jazz hands.
Spirit fingers.
And she.
What a pleasure it's
it's been-
been.
it's been a
Thank you
blast. Thank
guys
you so much
for
for-
having me
I'm
on.
so glad.
Go see her do stuff wherever it ends up being.
Yeah, and if you're lucky,
so
it's certain
much
kind of stuff.
Go see her in
And
Redacted.
if she pulls you onto the stage randomly and says,
Do it.
just do
Do
it.
it.
She'll fucking take
Oh,
care of
there's
you.
so many. Or
Sit on a gimp.
you can
Sit on a
purchase. There are acts interaction acts that we have in Tarantina where you can purchase an experience. And boy, let me tell you,
I can only
especially if you
imagine.
purchase for another and we surprise them with the experience. There are some exquisite experiences, including, the Salma Hayek character from Dusk Till Dawn
Yes.
sticking her foot right up in your mouth.
Saw that happen. That did
There
happen.
is a lap dance from Death Proof done by
Yes,
the
that happened.
unbelievable Kelsey.
Yeah.
Just fucking like it's almost terrifying watching her do this lap dance. It's like borderline brutalism.
Yeah.
How sexy it is.
Someone's super into that out there.
Yeah, there's a number of experiences you can purchase, including drinks for the cast. Yeah, because
Definitely get drinks from the cast.
Women deserve equality and free drinks.
Oh, I
Cake and eat it too, man. Classic.
Nice.
Classic feminism.
Sure.
Well, it's been awesome having you. Thank you so much
for
joining us.
Thank you. And thank you out there in Twitch land.
Yeah,
Twitch
internet
YouTube
world.
We'll Twitch together sometime again.
So thank you guys again. You have been watching Failure Made Monsters. I think it's episode number 55 or something.
Hey,
we're getting up there.
At 100, I'm pulling my
range.
I don't know what we got to put it on.
In 5 more episodes, we'll have to take Cialis towards the last hour. So
we'll just take Cialis and throw fucking.
Or just have me on again.
There you go.
I'll get you
We're here for it. We'll be back next Tuesday.
Yes.
What is it? What's the date on that? I think it's April.
Yeah, before you
18th or something. Yeah. So next Tuesday, if you're watching this live, you fucking figured out. I don't know dates. We'll be doing an episode with our good friend Slim to Reason. He's going to be here in person.
Slim is going to be in the fucking building.
Yeah, man. You've heard us talk about Slim on here a gazillion times.
Yeah.
He's the fucking family basically. So really glad to have Slim on. And then at the end of the month, the last Thursday of April, we will also have Rochelle Royale. So tune in for that.
Building.
So
such a sweetheart.
In the interim, what you need to do is go to FailureMadeMonsters.com or go on YouTube, Failure Made Monsters, look us there, and hit the subscribe button and the little notification bell so that you can find out when we're on here, when we're doing this thing, when we have motherfucking just look at pop-up shows in your home.
Did you see the shirt that I wore for you today?
I didn't. I go.
Because I love you.
I'm fucked with the trademark on that one anyway. So, but thank you guys for tuning in. As always, we appreciate you, chat. Thank you so much. Follow Santino the Misfit. That's the Misfit with X's for Eyes on Twitch, and Dane the Great GR8 on Twitch as well. If you want to watch the live broadcast there and join the chat, and same on YouTube. Blah 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 blah. We're here again next week. We love you guys as always. Dane, I love you, buddy.
I love you right back, man.
And a big shout to
We'll see you at Desperada.
Appreciate you.